welcome back guys to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope you guys are learning and enjoying my videos and may hopefully able to complete your project. So in this video again, I'm back with one of the fun project I have been working on. So this hoverboard I just purchased this week. It was again for a fun project for only $10, and I'm like, you know what, doesn't hurt, let me just buy it. It did not came with a power adapter, but most of these again depends on the config. Some takes 36 volts, some are 42 volt, or some may be more. The one I have basically takes 42 volt adapter, and hopefully I can show you that here as well. Always pay attention to the back side if you do not have the adapter. Here you can see clearly input shows 42 volt 1 ampere. Now in my case, this is my e-scooter power adapter. This is a 2 ampere adapter, right? So 2 ampere, and I'm like, okay, so basically the first thing I did is, I did open it, but I'm going to explain you everything. So I plugged the power adapter, right? In the beginning, when I was plugging, it was, I think the battery was too low. As soon as I plug it in, it would make like a little spark. So first I thought maybe the terminal, the positive and negative, is not really matching. Normally the middle one, the whole one, is normally positive, and the outside shell is normally negative. I can even show you here. Let's turn this puppy on. This is normally it works, right? So yeah, I'm going to show you here. Plug this puppy in and this one out, and look at that. So clearly, hopefully you can see that. There you go, 42.4, but there's no negative sign, which means I'm basically connecting the wire right. So yeah, positive the middle, negative the outside one, right? So when I plugged the very first time, it was making like a spark. So I thought maybe this adapter is kind of not giving the right positive negative. So I was kind of afraid. So what I did, I opened this hoverboard. This is the battery. This is how, I guess if you don't know how the hoverboard battery looks like, this is the battery, and I already opened it. I'll explain you everything. This is how the battery looks like inside. BMS, and about what, 10 cells? Yeah, 10 cells, which makes basically 36 volt, 36, 37, because with this config, you're charging each cell to 36, 37 volt. So anyway, so again, to help you understand, so what I did, the very first thing, I opened the hoverboard. So again, I'm going to give you a lot of information. Some may relate to your problem, some may not, but I'm giving you everything I found in this repair. So the very first thing I did is, again, when you I guess flip the hoverboard, this side is my charging port, right? So, and I have been watching a bunch of videos online. So battery is always on the other side. So if you plug the charging cord this side, the battery is this side. If the charging cord is this side, battery will be this side. So it's like opposite side. Just keep that in mind. You can open this side, but I don't think you really need to open this side. So basically, the very first thing, when I plugged it in, I unplugged this terminal for the battery. I tested the voltage, and it was only showing like 7 volt. Like it was way below the voltage I needed. I'm like, okay, so that's the problem. So it's just way too low to even pick up the charging. So the very first thing I did, I basically unplugged the cord, right? And here I have this various power supply. I basically give 32 because this is the max. You need to give 36, but I have only 32, the max. So what I did is I basically plugged the pins manually directly in here, and I'll show you. See, I'm plugging red to red, and then I'm just gonna touch it. Here I turn this puppy on, and here I'm just touching it, and there you can see the numbers. See, if you look at it, the bottom ones, there you go. Now notice, as soon as I touch this cord, the bottom number flicker. Oh, it didn't do this time, but it did first time because it just takes some power. And now when I press the button, there you go. So it's taking the power, it's turning on, it basically flashing the red light, it's basically ready, right? So that did confirm right away that, okay, the problem is in the battery, because as soon as you remove it and then you plug the power directly, it's making beep, it's basically acting, it's not acting dead anymore. See, once again, see, I plug it in, I press it, there you go. Yep, it's basically getting a power. Okay, so what happened? Now that's where things get more interesting. So I did it. I plugged the power cord directly in here, these pins, just to charge it a little bit. And then I charge it, then I plugged it back in, plug my main adapter in here, And then again, I was able to see the red light. I'm like, okay, beautiful, it's charging. And little bit, you know, after 5 or 10 minutes, my power adapter was getting more and more hot and warm. And I'm like, yep, it's perfect. Taking a power, it's charging the battery. And then I unplugged the power cord and it was working. I'm like, oh, awesome. I mean, this was pretty straightforward. It's working. Then, I mean, it was getting really hot, adapter. And I'm like, okay, so I charge, I would say about 15-20 minutes. And then after that, I was testing again. And what I found is this thing showing full charge. I had a green light, and that's where things got more interesting. And I'm like, you know what? It's worth making a video because this is acting pretty weird at this point. Now at that time, my adapter is showing green light, which means it's full charge. This thing is showing solid yellow icon, which I don't know. Again, I'm pretty new to hoverboards. I thought maybe it's fully charged. But as soon as you plug the power cable out, it basically acting dead. Like there is no power in this at all. And I'm like, okay, something is not making sense. Is it need a reset, or is it like losing his mind? Because it's one side is showing me it's fully charged. But then as soon as you plug the power cord out, it's dead. And I'm like, this is strange. So I open this whole thing. Here is the battery. And now see, this is test. This is a quick, nice thing. So basically, if your hoverboard is acting this way, it only make noises when you plug the, you know what, let me show you this. So right now, my battery is showing about 25 volt, but in reality, it's kind of bad. And I'm going to show you how to repair the battery. Hopefully we can do it. I have not done it yet, but I'm going to show you and try to document as best as I can. Now see, here is the interesting part. Now see, I'm going to plug, oopsie. Hopefully you guys can see it. Well, I guess I'm going to hold it like that. Doesn't matter negative or positive or whatever. Okay. Now see, I'm plugging in my battery, right? Look at the volt. It is showing 25 volt. I'm like, awesome. And that is what was making me confused about this whole problem. And technically my battery, of course, should be 36 volt. But I'm like, you know what? Hey, it's showing 25 volt. There's a power in there. But now the weird issue is when you plug this puppy in, it's acting dead. See, I plug it in, right? It should do something. There you go. Nothing. And that is where I was getting so confused. And I'm like, okay, if my battery has a power, 25 volt, it should do something. I'm not saying it's enough to ride, but it should still blink light or something. No, it's the problem is, this is not the true voltage. It's just, I'm going to show you the problem. So see, and I was getting so confused with this whole problem. It's not working, right? But as soon as you give, I would say, let's say 25 volt here. So that way I can maybe show you more accurate result. There you go. Let's make sure it's not touching. Okay, so 25 volt here. Now I'm gonna give 25 volts straight in this. There you go. Do you see the issue? I'm giving 25 volt with this power supply to this, and it's making beeping noises. Look at that. Which means it's getting some power. It's doing some stuff, right? Now when I plug this battery, which again is 25 volt, and that is what was making me so confused. I'm like, something is not making sense here. Now, there you go. Look at that. Clearly 25 volt. Now this is giving 25 volt. So why is it not working at all? That's the whole issue. And that is where I was like, nope, I need to make a video here. So see, again, just to, hopefully I'm trying my best to make it a clear sense here. The reality here is the problem is in the battery. Battery is a culprit. So battery is giving 25 volt, it's acting dead. But when this thing is giving 25 volt, it's you know, it has life. The button is working, it has life. But see, I plug the power cord. See, that has a green light. You can see it clearly, which means it's fully charged. And that's where I was so confused. When I press now, it's turning on. But when I unplug this puppy, it's dead. Look at that. It's totally dead. So that's the problem. The problem is in the battery here. Now, so what I did is, I basically, again, opened 4 screws. So battery was like this. Like that. Okay, battery was in this box. Box was right here. Actually like this. I removed the 4 screws. remove this puppy. First, it was not opening. I thought maybe there are hidden screws, so I was trying to poke under all these stickers. It was not opening, so I finally kind of forced it and it just came right off. Now, the problem is actually in a battery, and the goal is to fix the battery without replacing. That's what I'm trying to do out of this video. So I did found some issue, and I'm going to show you here. So there are 10 cells, if you count here. So these are 10 cells. Look at it. So 5 right here, 5 on the other side, so 10 cells. So each cell needs to be charged 3.7 volt, or you know, somewhere around 3.6, 3.7. Now here is the interesting part. Let me turn this puppy on. Okay, if you notice, I guess if you don't know how to test it, normally there's a B1, B2, B minus. So B minus is the first negative terminal. So you hit from B minus to B1, and then from B1 to B2 and B2 to B3, B3 to B4, you go like in a series like that to check the voltage. If you do from B minus to B2, you're basically looking at 2 cells. So you're supposed to have like about 7 volt or so, just to help you kind of understand. So let's see how I'm going to do it here. Okay, here's the light. Hopefully you can see it. No, I don't think you guys can see that. Okay, maybe let me do this way. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm touching prong to the first B minus to B1, and look at it. 3.7 volt. That's pretty good. So that cell is good. Now I'm going B1 to B2 right here. There you go. 3.6. It's good. Don't worry about the negative, because I don't care at this point. I'm just touching just to check the voltage. So yes, there's a good power. Now I'm going from B2 to B3. There you go. Look at it. 3.6. Beautiful. It's working. Now let's go to the next one. Look at that. Now this is the problem in my case. So what happened here is it overcharged one cell, which is 4.2. This is not right. I think I should check all the cells by giving a certain load. This flashlight was just not working out right because I had to press a button. So it was not just smooth or efficient way to test it. So I'm like, you know what, I have this little motor laying around. Just little motor, I don't know, 3-4 volt. So I'm just plugging this to on every cell to see if this puppy works on, and I can clearly see the problem. So yeah, I'm gonna show you again. Hopefully you can see it. So I'm pressing the first one, right? Look at it. It's spinning, it's working. I'm going to the next one. It's working. Next one, working. Next one. Look at it. This is the problem. This is the same cell that has issues. This is not working. Now I go here, it's working. I go here, it's working. B7, it's working. B8 is working. B9 is working, and this is the B10. Yep. This is working. So every cell is working except this one. Look at it. This is clearly not working. So here you can kind of test by giving a load. This cell is bad, which is causing the whole every cells to issue. So yeah, I'm gonna remove this cell, and then I guess I am gonna show you it actually this cell, because yeah, this is the cell. But yeah, let me open it, guys, and I'll be back. Alright guys, it was not too bad. I was able to basically what I did, I used like this tiny screwdriver, flathead, basically kind of poke a little bit the terminal because this was the bad cell. I basically poked this one out, and same on this side. And then I had to, of course, it's not gonna look pretty. I mean, at this point, you guys are most welcome to just simply buy a battery, replace it. It will fix your problem. But my goal is to just replace that individual cell and then fix it this way. So yeah, I removed this side, and I had to like kind of break a little bit this plastic piece, this housing. So then I was able to push this cell as is out. So this is the culprit clearly. Now I'll show you the test. Again, this is right here, and first I'm going to show you the voltage. Hopefully I did not remove the wrong one. I have not tested it yet, but let's see. I think it's the right one, but we'll see. Oh, it shows. Oh, I guess I have my finger was there. There you go. It does show 1.8 volt now. Hopefully you can see it. I mean, you know there's a problem because I didn't do anything. And now let's use this motor. Nothing. It is not spinning at all whatsoever. Nothing. So we know this is a bad cell. So now, once again, let's do a quick test just to make sure there's no other bad cell. Let's do this puppy. Okay. Okay. It's working. 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 This won't work because I removed the cell. This is working. 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 B7. Or which one is it? B7. Now I need B8. Working. B9 and B10. They all are working. So that was the only bad cell. Where did it go? Yeah. So this is the bad cell. So here are some cells I have laying around. These are the cells. So the only thing I'm going to make sure is let's not pick a cell that's overcharged. So I need something 3.6, 3.7. And again, I have not tested it. I'm just checking with you guys to see it works. So let's see. Let's check this cell. Oh, it's dead. Look at that. Let's make sure it's not my multimeter. No, it's 3.7. Yeah, that thing. Oh, there you go. It's 4.1. Yeah, that's overcharge. I mean, I do think they all are 4.1. Yeah, 4.1 because I normally full charge these things. Yeah, 4.1. 4.1. 4.2. Yeah, so I'm gonna basically maybe drain one of these batteries. You know what, before I do that, I can maybe show you the result. So let me just plug this puppy back in. Okay, I guess I didn't realize what side it goes. So let me make sure it makes sense, you know. So B minus, so plus, then minus to plus. Let's see. So that's plus, so it has to be minus this side. Yep, so it has to be like this. So this is the how it should go. Okay. So I just, you know, plugged it in. I know it's a little overcharged, but you know what? I think it's fine. So now let's check the voltage and we'll check. I'm just gonna hold on to it with the hand and let's see if that fixes the problem. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna press with the hand. There, look at that. I mean, right now the terminals are not touching. You can see it's 24 volt, but as soon as I press it down, look at that, 36.9. That's perfect. It fully charged is what it's saying. So yeah, I'm gonna unplug it. Now let's plug it back in the hoverboard and we'll test right now. I do think it's fixed, but yeah, I have to still make the connection and still stuff like that. And let's see. So here it's in. Okay, of course it's not working, but later I'm gonna press this puppy down. Aha, look at that. As soon as I press this down, it blinks the light, which basically takes the charge, and I guess it shows, oh yeah, look at that. The light there also turns to red on my power adapter when I press it down. Look at that. I do think it's acting like it's overcharged because the battery, I guess, is supposed to be 3.6, 3.7. It's 4.1 in reality, but you can definitely tell it's doing some activity. Ah, look at that. It's working. I unplug the power cord. It's literally on the battery. Yeah, I do think it's overcharged right now. But yeah, you can see it's definitely doing something. So now when I plug the charging, the charging cord. When I unplug this, look at that. Clearly green light, and there you go, it's working. There you go. Clearly guys, yep, it's working basically. See, it's completely not even connected to power adapter. It's this cell. I'm just pressing down with my finger just to touch the connector since we replaced this bad culprit. So yeah, clearly green light shows me fully charged. I'll turn it off. There you go, it's powered off clearly. I'm gonna power it on. There you go, it's powered on. Look at that, clearly. Yep, it's spinning. But yeah guys, it's working. Simple as that. There you go, it's working. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'll unplug this thing. I'm gonna solder these wires. I mean, I know I have a spot welder, but I have to connect to a big battery. But I'm just gonna maybe quickly solder with my iron and then put some tape or something on this. I'll maybe give you a quick feedback. Hey, quick update guys. So I ended up doing the spot welder because I was having some trouble using my solder. It was just not getting too hot, or maybe it was not like sticking very well. So I ended up just doing a spot welder. This is how my spot welder looks like. I actually added like normal car clamps because I don't want to, you know, waste my battery. So I literally plug to my car when I'm ready to spot weld. Just spot weld literally on my car hood. And my welding is done. Then I just remove this puppy. So this is what I kind of made it. Literally car battery, and these are the positive and negative terminal. This is what I use, and this is like a button here to increase the power. But yeah, this is what I use to spot weld. So I did it. Here you can see my work. Again, it doesn't look pretty. I just soldered like so many times. It's not the good welder, but hey, it works. But yeah, I did it, and I put some little bit super glue from Gorilla. This is what I use. I just use a little bit here. I'm just gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna show you the voltage now. Again, I didn't charge or anything. The only thing I did is just replace that one cell. There you go, 36.95. So yeah, basically full charge, 37 volt. So now I'm gonna put this puppy back in the charging this battery case, and I can do it with you guys.
But yeah, it's kind of wet, so I'll just leave it. I'll be careful a little bit here. I think it goes like this. Yep, it'll go like this. Like that. Here's the other side. Yeah, I'll put some tape on it just because it's just kind of loose. You know, I'll just put some, I guess it'll be pressed down, but I'll still put some tape around just for extra safety since it should be like tight. So yeah, I'll be back.
Okay, this is the tape I'm gonna use. Yep, that should be plenty. Just because I will be still putting a screws, which will make it pretty tight. So yeah, let's get the hoverboard here. Yeah, this is pretty good. You can also use glue, but I think it's pretty fine. If it's loose enough for you, you can use some glue in there. But yeah, let's move these puppies. Alright guys, so the battery is back in. I'm just gonna put the cord the way it should be in this notches. Yep, let's connect this puppy back in. Alright, there he is. Okay, now let's put the hood back on. Alright, yep, make sure you plug this cord for these light on the corner. So this is the important one. I mean, not that important, but make sure you plug this puppy back in. Yep, like this. So that's like how the testing looks like, or I mean how the final results. Look at that guys. this is turning on, and there you go. Look at that, it's working. So yes, that issue. So finally guys, as you can see, we fixed the issue. This was a culprit. We replaced this light, this. But yeah guys, just to give you a quick update, my thing is working as normal. But yeah, I put all the screws back in, and now you can see clearly green light, fully charged. And when I power it off, it's shut down. When I press it back on, and here it's powered on. And when I press, of course, this side, here you can see all the lit up lights are there. When I press this side, there you go. So yeah, the only thing I did is basically because of this one battery, it was giving me all the issues. So yeah, either you can replace the battery itself, or you can do the way I did. I replaced just one bad cell, and everything is back in life. So yeah, there you go guys. Hope you guys learned something new from my channel. Do like and subscribe this channel, so you know I will be posting more videos similar to this content. So hope you can learn something new. But anyway, have a good day. Peace out. We'll see you again in the next video. Thank you so much.